What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about the mass adoption that is in crypto, along with um, sort of an analysis of the trend that we're seeing with huge sort of total supplies of cryptos. Um, because there's a weird sort of psychological barrier that sort of hurdles. And it's really bizarre, so I want to talk about that. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would crash it in this bull cycle. If you'd invested $100 into each one when I released the videos and you're still holding those bags, you'd be in profit for $69,900. Add in the 26 that you invested, and you'd be sitting on 72,500. I've held them all and I've closed positions on them all and reinvested that money into new cryptos. If you want to see what I'm in, you can check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share my live portfolio, one that I've built to maximize gains during this bull cycle, one that keeps outperforming the market week in and week out. And I keep reiterating it, and I'll continue to do so. Bank your profits along the way during this cycle. You do not want to be sitting on your entire bag when the market inevitably collapses. A bear cycle will come, and within 2 weeks at the top of that market, a lot of coins will have retraced 70%. But don't leave the market. Like, bank your profits, but stay in the market. Bear cycle is like a 2-year Black Friday scenario. Everything's on discount. Everything is hugely undervalued compared to the proposition that they offer. All I do during the bear cycle is look for coins that are hugely undervalued, and I'll be sharing them with the Copy My Crypto members. Case in point, found Phantom during the bear cycle. It's up 414 times in value. So $2.5 grand investment would have made you a millionaire. And I'll be sharing those gems with the Copy My Crypto members, so you can check it out. Right, quick look at the market. Bitcoin's sort of holding steady around the 59k mark. It's flitted a little back and forth, but it looks set to pretty much hold 59, possibly break and sit in the low 60k territory. The rest of the market, I mean, to be fair, the altcoins generally have been doing pretty well. Oasis Network absolutely just smashed up. Zcash has done really well. Crypto.com continues to. That's not surprising off the huge sort of marketing campaign that they've been on. Flow's doing very, very well. Elrond continues to do well. IOTEX, yeah, there's a lot of the alts are having a pretty good day, to be fair. And actually, Cointelegraph released an article a couple of days ago on the 3 signs that show crypto mass adoption is underway. Now, I don't necessarily agree with all of these, but some of them I do. So one is huge endorsement deals make mainstream headlines. So if it's this amount of money, it's going to make a headline. I don't necessarily think that that's evidence of mass adoption. I think it's evidence of Crypto.com doing very good business. They've announced that the Staples Center, one of the most iconic stadiums in the world, is being renamed to the Crypto.com Arena. And that's a 20-year partnership. So, you know, whatever, that's just good business. I'm not sure that that's a sign of mass adoption, but that's bloody good business. On top of that, you know, Matt Damon's the front and center for their adverts. Again, good business. Since that's happened, they've gone up in value more than 5 times now, which is excellent work. Major brands are embracing the NFT culture. Now, this I agree with. So McDonald's have put in, have started participating in the NFT culture. I present to you the most important NFT, the McRib NFT. But yeah, you know, and it's not a surprise that we're seeing that. But yeah, Burger King are on it. There's tons that we're starting to see that are hugely jumping in on the NFT bandwagon. I don't think that's going to die down anytime soon. More than that, I'd say the fact that you're starting to see influencers and celebrities really pushing that agenda. You know, and not even an agenda, but something they believe in. Like Snoop Dogg is a great example. It has ended up being one of the biggest collectors of like NFTs. And I think we're going to see this continuing more and more and more. I mean, I think Jay-Z bought one of the Cyber Punk NFTs as well. Pretty sure Jimmy Fallon just bought one as well. So this it doesn't feel like a trend. The NFTs. I think right now what it is, a lot of it's games or cards. I think that can expand and become so much bigger than what it is right now. I see NFTs being used for legal contracts down the line. But certainly its starting point has really taken off. And traditional finance embracing Bitcoin. So obviously we've seen a Bitcoin futures ETF. So I'm expecting to see many, many more. We've started seeing central bank digital currencies. Certainly the groundwork being laid in America and the UK to some degree, but we've certainly seen them launch in Europe. Ukraine's got one. We've got a few countries now that have got CBDCs. And the fact that there are now banks that are offering crypto custody services. I think the Swiss banks was one of the first to do that in June of last year. But they realised that the traditional finance sector is dying and it's failing us. Your 0.1% interest in your bank account, what's the point? You may as well have it under your sofa. It doesn't actually, there's no benefit of holding it, financially anyway. But yeah, so I agree with that to be fair. The only one I'm not convinced by is this, but obviously I just think that's a phenomenal move by Crypto.com. They've absolutely crushed it. So mass adoption, is it underway? I think it's a stretch to say mass adoption. We're here. If you look at the actual stats, I think it's 5% of the world actually trade or have cryptos, which is still a very small proportion of the world. So, but it's certainly a lot better than it was a mere year ago. So we're on the right path. Whether or not mass adoption is here, we're definitely on the right path. Yeah. There's actually a good article from the Economic Times, although this is the Economic Times indiatimes.com, and it was talking about the crypto's wild decimal frontier. Now, this is something I actually touched upon in a video I did earlier today, where I was talking about Elrond's move in terms of multiplying the supply of tokens for the Maya DEX by 1,000. And what they saw effectively was the same thing that we've seen from a number of the meme coins in terms of the trend. There is this psychological barrier which doesn't make sense fundamentally, because people look at a Bitcoin and go, "Oh, it's worth 65 grand." Right? In fact, this person says it perfectly. So people look at a Bitcoin and go, "Oh, it's worth 65 grand," but one Dogecoin is only 25 cents. And the rationale is, oh, well, if Dogecoin does what Bitcoin does. But that can't happen, right? So what you've got to look at, and the only thing that matters is percentage gain. Nothing else matters. If you think Bitcoin is going to double, and you think Shiba Inu is going to double, you think they're both going to do the same gains, it doesn't matter which one you buy, because you're going to double your money, because it's just a percentage return. But with meme coins, and with generally a lot of the newer tokens that we've seen, it's not specific to meme coins. We're seeing this enormous circulating or total supply. We're seeing a quadrillion, 100 trillion, 10 trillion, this enormous amount. And people are looking at that going, that has the potential to go wild. A lot of it also, to be fair, has to do with the deflationary token mechanism. SafeMoon was one of the first that actually did that. Not saying that it was a good coin, but what I'm saying is there was an appeal there because you earned for holding. And I quite like that as a mechanism. But fundamentally, if a token doesn't have any deflationary system in place, and you are literally just buying up tokens that have say a quadrillion circulating supply, doesn't mean you're going to make any more money than potentially if you invest in Ethereum or Bitcoin or XRP or Cardano or any of the other coins. The only thing that matters is percentage gains, because your returns are only dependent on that. But the key thing is that psychological barrier. And because that psychological barrier is there for something like Bitcoin, where people go, well, I can't buy a whole Bitcoin because it's 65 grand, but because I've only got a grand. But for a grand, I can get 10 million of these coins, and if they hit $1, and logically they can't hit $1, right? They just can't. But because they don't have the psychological barrier that Bitcoin does, more people, more speculators are getting in on those coins, and we are seeing them run a lot better. It's an interesting sort of situation that we're in at the moment with regards to that. I don't see necessarily that slowing down at the moment. Because if you can get a coin that has a true deflationary mechanism that's got a true purpose and a huge supply, then you've got something that's got huge potential and not the psychological barrier that something like a Bitcoin or an Ethereum has. It's just an interesting situation. It's just something I wanted to really have a chat about, to be honest. Quite like it as a concept. And it's sort of something that there's always been percolating in my head, so it was interesting when I saw the article about it today. I thought I'd talk about it. Yeah. Anyway, that's it from me. Hope you're all keeping well. Question: do you think mass adoption is here? Do you think we're in the process? How long do you think it's going to take before, let's say, 50% of the world either know something about crypto or are in crypto? Give me a date. I'll see a list of dates, years, on the in the comments. Anyway, so take care. If you're new to crypto, you can check out Copy My Crypto. Even if you've been here a while, you can check out Copy My Crypto. It's my portfolio. It's the one I've built, the one that keeps outperforming the market week in and week out. My gains have been staggeringly good. And make no mistake about it, the main point I want to make to everyone, if you're with me, not with me, bank your profits. Don't try and get out at the top of the market. So few people do. It's most like 1 in a million. Banking your profits along the way, you will sleep like a baby. And you'll have that bank of money. That's bloody nice. That makes life more comfortable. And then on top of that, don't leave the market when the bear cycle's here. The bear cycle is when everything's on discount. Find the gems that are undervalued. Find those coins that you know are winners, that are proven winners, and you can stagger your investment across a 2-year period. You can make your retirement money. That's what bear cycle's for. It's how I found Phantom. Those returns have been amazing. And all I'm going to do during that cycle, the bear cycle, is find those coins. I'll share them with the Copy My Crypto members. So if you want to be a part of it, you can check it out. If not, hope you're all having a lovely weekend. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.